Hello once again, YouTube. Duke Nukem 2417 here, with another My Thoughts On video. Now, before I settled on the topic for this video, I was going to do a follow-up to my last My Thoughts On video. Specifically, my thoughts on Johnny freaking Test returning to TV airwaves. Which, as it turns out, was actually incorrect. Because he's not going back to TV. No, that cartoon is being dumped straight to YouTube. I'm sorry if I turned into the Joker there for a second. But for those of you who didn't catch what I was saying in the middle of my laughing hysterically, the new Johnny Test cartoon isn't going to be on TV. Not on Cartoon Network, not on Nickelodeon, or on any other big network. It's going straight to YouTube. It's going where people have an infinite number of other viewing options available, and it will probably fade into obscurity, as it very well deserves to. So yeah, this video is not about that, although I still do find it hilarious that Johnny Test is getting dumped on YouTube and will be forgotten forever and ever and ever. No, the actual subject of this video, as it turns out, is my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. So, if you haven't been keeping track of scottgames.com in a while, there was a picture uploaded a few weeks ago. It might have been last week, it might have been the week before last, but it was taken down because one element of the picture, the melted head of Funtime Foxy, as it were, was based on a fan-made model and not the official version of the character, meaning that Scott Cawthon had to pull the image and apologize to his fans via, I believe it was Twitter. Just today, on Monday, March 25th, 2019, a new image was uploaded, a poster of sorts with melted together heads of Foxy, Bonnie, Chica, Funtime Foxy, Nightmare, Circus Baby, Springtrap, I think that's Toy Chica, Toy Bonnie, Toy Freddy, and of course right in the center of the pic, Freddy himself. And the text for Five Nights at Freddy's, the actual title, is in the same font that is used on the covers of the novels, whereas VR and Help Wanted look like neon signage, and there's a kind of a grid background to the whole thing. It looks very interesting. Now, the big thing about this is, of course, that it will be a VR game, meaning that you will be running around in first person within a Freddy Fazbear, well, not even just a Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria restaurant, but in locations from the entire game franchise. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria from the first game, possibly from the second, Fazbear's Fright, Circus Baby's Pizza, maybe even the pizzeria from Pizzeria Simulator. Who knows? That would be interesting, yes. And of course, running around in VR means that this time, the jump scares are not just going to come from off screen and spook you that way. No. I have a feeling that this time, the jump scares are going to be a little bit more immersive than that. And that, since it's VR, you're going to want to be playing in a room where there are no furniture impediments or anything like that you can trip over, fall over, or otherwise injure yourself upon when you jump backwards after Freddy gets right in your face and emits that ear-piercing shriek. Yeah, that'll be fun. Anyway, my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. I'm not going to play it myself because of three reasons. One, I don't have any VR equipment or a console that's equipped to handle VR. B, I don't want to raise my blood pressure any higher than it's already been earlier this year, and I have had blood pressure issues over the past few months. Thankfully, it is under control. Long story, don't want to go into it. And finally, I don't want to buy a VR game that involves having a lot of space to be able to move around freely without tripping over your own furniture, put it that way. Because there is no room in my house in which there would be no furniture in the immediate vicinity of where I would be playing Five Nights at Freddy's VR. So yeah. I do look forward to hearing good things about this game, though, because if the rest of the series is any indication, Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted should be a great new step for the franchise. Still waiting for news on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, of course, and any further novels and such. But for now, we're getting Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted, which looks to be a very, very interesting new spin on the familiar Five Nights at Freddy's formula, if you will. With Freddy Fazbear and all of his wonderful, weird friends now in full VR, I suspect it's only a matter of time before the likes of Jacksepticeye and Markiplier play the game and show off what it looks like to their loyal fan bases and get jump-scared hundreds of times themselves, as they've done so many times in the past. In any case, that's it for this My Thoughts On video. And again, I do apologize for turning into the Joker ever so slightly during that part where I was talking about Johnny Test being jumped to YouTube. I do find that genuinely hilarious, because that cartoon was a pox on my house and a plague on my existence when it was on Cartoon Network. But now it's being dumped into the wild, woolly, wonderful waters of YouTube, where it'll be forgotten, because people have infinite other viewing options. That never ceases to amuse me, the fact that Wild Brain Studios thinks that people aren't just going to watch anything else on YouTube other than Johnny Test. But anyway, that's it for this My Thoughts On video. In this case, my thoughts on Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. Thank you all so very much for watching. Oh, and one more thing. Next month, that John Romero Project Sigil, that official 5th episode for Doom, is being released. The free Megawad and the paid-for boxed edition. I don't know what week, what day, but hopefully it will be soon. It'll be early on in April, because that will be my next DN2417 Plays series. DN2417 Plays Sigil. So all of you wonderful viewers and subscribers of mine can look forward to that. But as I was saying before I interrupted myself, thank you all so very much for watching. And as always, stay tuned for more. Hail to the king, baby.